Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the Collect Life. This is Aditya here, and today, as you see in front of you right now, I have the Batman Hush comic, and I'll be reviewing today one of my favorite superheroes from the Hush comic. And no, it's not Batman, it's not Hush, it's none of the characters you see here, it's not Joker, but it's the Superman. So as you see here, this is the Batman Hush Superman figure from DC Direct. My Superman is kind of leaning right now because I have placed him inside the box because I had already unboxed him and it was in my display, but just for the dramatic effect I had to put him back in the box. So this is the front of the box. You have DC Direct, Superman, Hush, and the awesome Batman logo from the Hush comic. On this side you have the product shots of some of the figures that are from this line. So this Superman that I have is the poison ivy infected version of Superman. I'll talk about it later when I review the figure. So you have the Nightwing, which according to me is the best Nightwing figure that I've ever seen. And as if you don't know, Hush is based on the artwork of Jim Lee. So all these figures are obviously based on his artwork. There's a little bit of write-up here which you can pause if you want to read what it's all about. So yep, that's about it, and let me show you the back. Here you go. So you have much clearer product shots up to the waistline here. So you have the Harley, the Nightwing, I have the Riddler, and now the Superman, and also the Catwoman. So that's about it. And in the bottom you have the Hush comic. Here you have the product shot of Superman, so you can see with his heat vision eyes all ready to blast Batman and Catwoman. So that's about it for the box. So let me take out the figure. Poor thing is gonna fall any moment now, and let's talk about the figure. And here he is in all his glory, the Hush Superman poison ivy infected version. So this is the best Superman DC Direct figure that I own, hands down. There is no competition here. It is such a fantastic figure. I mean, I could just go on and on about it, from the base to the head sculpt to his painted hair. Everything is just done phenomenally well by DC Direct. And so I really don't know where to start from, but as usual, let's go from the base, I guess. So this is an amazing base. Why is because of this rock addition that they have done. So most of the Hush standard bases, they come only with the Batman logo, and you can see there are 4 peg holes here, and the box has some extra pegs, so you can fit those pegs and just have the figure stand them have them stand there like normal DC Direct bases. But this one, since it has a flight stand, as you see here, this metal rod, it comes with this rock base which has 4 pegs at the bottom, and you can place them on the Batman base. Okay, so this is the base. So you can see there's a metal rod that is going all the way up. So this is the flight stand, and I think this is the first time DC Direct has made like a proper flight stand for the Superman. And I think the only other one is from the Infinite Crisis Superman. Anyway, so this flight stand is like beautifully done. So how it goes and fits is, so if you look at the cape, if I pull the cape back, so there is a hole. There is a hole here. And I hope my camera is able to focus it, because it's a little dark there inside. Yeah, so I think you should be, yeah. So there's a hole here inside where there's a blue socket, and the metal rod goes and sits inside that blue socket, and it stays really firmly there, so there is no problem. And 1 second. Yeah, so he stands perfectly well. There is no leaning issues or there's no imbalance in the weight. It's beautifully designed, and I just love the color combination. The tone of the colors that they have gone for. You have a very light shade of blue that contrasts well with the bright red color they have gone for his boots and his underpants. And the Superman logo, the ever classic Superman logo, is so beautifully done. Let me just bring it closer for you guys and focus it. Yeah, see, it's look at that yellow. It is so beautifully done. I mean, I really have no words. Check that out. Just look at that face sculpt. It is just beautiful. He's got that square cut jaw that is very that's like a trademark of Jim Lee's art. And like I said, this is the poison ivy affected version of Superman. So you have so he's basically under the control of poison ivy, and you can see the vines that has been so beautifully sculpted, and the paint, everything is so immaculate. There is no paint seepage. You can see the stems, you can see the little leaflets, and if I go down here you can even see it on his arm. So I will show you just a shot of how the Superman is in the comics. Okay, so for the sake of the review, I have removed him from the flight stand. So yeah, so this is another cool thing. I mean, you can not only display him in the flight stand, you can also display him, like I said earlier, just on the base, and he looks equally good in this pose as well. So now talking about the sculpt, you can see the abs that he has here. The muscle definition done on the Superman is just fantastic. You can check out his forearm muscles here. How awesome is that? It's like crazily done, very beautiful. And to show you the other hand, you have the poison ivy veins that are going on there. So this is why I love DC Direct. I mean, you must have heard this from me while I do the DC Direct reviews, or when any other guys in our channel do it. DC Direct is known for their sculpt. Okay, articulation wise they might not be that great, but honestly I don't buy my figures to play around with them, because I buy them because of the the likeliness they have to the comic, and this particular figure is just brilliant when it comes into that aspect. And now going behind, I want you guys to have a look at the cape. Look at that beautiful cape with the Superman logo, and check this battle damage out. So in this part of the comic, when he gets affected by when he gets affected by poison ivy, Batsy and Soup have like an insane battle together, and Batman whacks the shit out of him with the kryptonite ring on his hand. So Superman has gone through some shit, and you can look at the cape tells it all, that what kind of battle that those two have been having. So overall, it's a beautiful figure that has been done by DC Direct, and I think this is sculpted by Tim Bruckner, who I'm a huge fan of. His sculpts that he has done for DC Directs are just amazing. I mean, I really have no words to talk about that. And I think I forgot to talk about the head sculpt, so let me bring this a little closer. So the head sculpt, like I said earlier, very Jim Lee, very true to the comics, with the square jaw, and you can see his red heat vision eyes when he tries to blast Superman, when he tries to blast Batman and Catwoman when they try to encounter him. And you can also look at the hair, his curl here, that has been done very nice. And as usual, you can see that they have added this bluish touch to his hair. So I just love this figure, and like I said earlier, it's the best Superman figure that I own to date. And so I hope I get the Batman also one day, and pose both of them together, have the world's finest going on. So that's about it, and I would recommend every Superman fan to have this in his collection. So I got this from eBay at a very good deal of, I think, $13. And I think it's a huge win for me, and I got it mint in box, but I had to just take him out and display him because of his awesomeness. So that's about it, guys. Thanks a lot for again spending time with me for this review. I hope I covered almost all the points, and made you decide if you to go for this figure if you were in doubt. So like, share, comment below what you guys want from us. We'll try to deliver, and that's about it. Thank you, have a nice day, and peace out.